Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Park. I am your host, Paul Rodriguez, and this is episode 9. With me here, I got Sylvain Istifan.
Alright, how you guys doing today?
How are you, man?
Not bad.
How have you been? Recording late at night. This is like our only time
What
to...
time is it, Paul, exactly?
Dude, it's almost midnight. It's just coming over.
Almost midnight, both coming home from work. And,
Right.
Just came. Actually, I went to work, finished about 9:30, went to the gym, and Paul calls me up and says, "Hey, let's record." And I say, "Hey, why not? We all got time, right? We're still young. We don't need much sleep, do we?"
Yeah, no, man. I've been sleeping at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. the past couple days. That's well, I mean, that's what the weekend's for. I'm gonna sleep all weekend, put in some hours of work, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, introduce yourself, man. What's going on with you?
Well, as Paul said, my name is Sylvain.
Yeah.
And I've been working in real estate a while now, and it's been a couple years. I've also been coaching basketball as volunteer, strictly volunteer. I don't do it for work. I don't do it for money. And I've been just living life, man. If every now and then someone would invite me for a hike, or if every now and then we got some money saved up to go on a vacation, we'll go. That's all I've been doing, working my real estate business and coaching basketball. And here and there, when my dad has a catering order from the restaurant, I'll go back and I'll see what I can do to help out.
All right. Yeah, you used to work at your dad's restaurant. What's it called?
Yeah, Babylon Cafe.
Babylon Cafe. I've unfortunately never tried it yet.
Oh man.
Where is that? Where's that located at?
Okay, so there's 4 locations. One of them on English Bay, just on Denman and Davie.
Yeah.
One on Robson and Cardero. One on Nelson and Granville, between Granville and Howe.
Yeah.
And then one on Commercial Drive that recently opened about 2.5 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, like you guys used to like talk about it a lot in like high school, and
It was more jokes. It was more like, hey, I ate the shawarma and guess what happened afterwards? What happened? Oh, I shot the bed or something like that. No, but it was all jokes in high school.
I mean, what you held a grad barbecue like a month ago, right?
Yeah.
Was that food from like your restaurant or?
That we've served it as special once every 3-4 months. Just as a special.
Yeah, it was
But
good food.
It's not from Babylon specifically. Maybe we use the rice here and there, but we're not. That's strictly from home.
I gotta say, man, like that food's awesome. Either way, man.
Yeah.
And like what we did after that night, that was amazing too. Like you gave me the opportunity to like kind of serve other people through like those less fortunate than us, right?
Yeah.
You're a really great guy, man. I think
those people need it most.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they don't need it, it's still good to give back.
Of course.
You see a lot of guys in line. You see it. You see all the things they're doing, the horrible stuff they're doing, and it's not the fact that they need food. They're all fed really well, actually. They're just poor. They've gone mentally the wrong way.
Right.
They could change. They're actually in a good position to change their life in a second.
Yeah.
Overnight, they can change their life.
And what you're doing is just helping them.
What I'm doing is, hey, I see
providing for them so that.
Providing for them.
Yeah.
And actually, I know a guy, and I hope you guys all listen to this. This is very important for you guys to listen to. A guy that used to live on East Hastings. I forgot his name, and I'll pull it out next time for you, Paul.
Yeah.
And you can tell the audience here. Hopefully, if you interview me again later, this one guy used to be homeless about 8-9 years ago, and he was homeless for about 16 years of his life. And he went forward and he started his own business. I think it was photography at first. Then he went into more video. So, and then he went into website and he went forward from there, and then he got into clothing, and he just did the whole design, the whole spiel. And then when someone came up to him one day and said, "Hey, can you make me look good? Can you make me do this and this and this?" And he just said, "Let's do it." And that's how his business started.
That's amazing.
From day one. And when his business blew up a couple years later, he wasn't more than $100,000 a year, right?
Right.
But every year on Christmas, he takes one guy out for dinner at Global, and he takes him out and he bathes him and he gives him 4 nights in a 5-star hotel, and just treats him to whatever he can.
Right.
And he just picks one guy off the street, guy that looks like he's in the most horrible shape of his life, and gives him what he can.
Yeah, because that's where he came from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's. I really like listening to.
Not
like,
only that,
stories
though,
like that,
he inspires him.
Mm.
He inspires him.
Right.
He takes him in. He doesn't just change his physical appearance, but he changes his mindset, and that's very important.
True. Getting onto that, actually, I wanted to ask you, because you're one of the most inspirational, motivational speakers that I know personally.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you was like how do you tend to motivate yourself and work hard every day? Like that for me, like if I could just share, I haven't like hit like a good motivational high until like more recently, especially like with starting school and starting working in a full-time job in an office. It was really hard at first, but I think over the summer I just had so many revelations, and meeting you again, when we went out that night, I think that further solidified my motivation to pursue a better life, not just for me but like for others as well, right?
Right.
So yeah, how do you do it, man?
Paul, it's hard, man. I mean, the motivation is just waking up in the morning and loving what I'm doing. To be honest with you, real estate is up there for me. It is my motivation. But coaching is more. And how I get my day started is I start coaching in the morning. And that sets the tone for the rest of my day. And I think to myself every morning, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a good coach until senior year. And we all of us had potential to be great people, great players. But guess what? 2 people stuck through it in high school, all 5 years. And it doesn't help when coaches start, banging and bashing on people and they don't even know half of what they're talking about. That's my motivation every morning. I wake up, I look at the kid, I have a vision of what I want this team to look like. I have a vision of what I want the future to look like for these kids. The right way though. Character development first, skill work second. And that's my motivation. That's how my day starts. I work towards that. Hour and a half of practice. Go to work, come back, it's the game or it's a practice again. And then I finish meetings at night. Meetings are always after 6. And you know what, Paul? My pure, if you look back on it, I mean, you just gotta be grateful.
Yeah.
You just gotta, sometimes, I know everybody's in this stage in their life right now, or has been through this stage. You wake up, you're tired, you don't feel like getting out of bed. All you literally have to do is think of a person in a worse situation than you, and that will bolt your butt out of bed.
Right. There's.
It's
funny that you say that, because that's basically been my mentality for the past few weeks or months. Because I remember I was just really having like a really crappy day. Like I woke up late I was on my way to work, and there was an accident on Night Street Bridge.
Yeah.
And I was already like 15 minutes late, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, I'm like having like a really bad day, but if I think more about it, some other dude's having a worse day, like the guy that just got into the accident on Night Street Bridge. Like there's no reason for me to say that I'm having
upset.
Yeah, exactly, because I know that somebody out there is having a worse day than me, and I should be like praying for them, right? It's a lot. It really is a lot of work to stay motivated, but as you said, to be grateful for things. For me, like basically all my life, I've just been taking things for like granted. The house I live in. Like my family. I don't spend enough time with my family, but I feel like I should. I know I should, right? Like, you spend time with your family, right? You spend a lot of time with your family? Or
I haven't recently.
No.
I have not.
Well, you're a working man.
I work. We all work. But, if you want to keep your family together.
Right.
If you want, not only together, but if you want to keep everybody on the same page, and if you want to keep, if you want to develop your sister's skills just like your skills, or if your dad's busy and you have like 20 minutes of time to teach your sister math homework in grade 5, you better teach your sister math homework in grade 5.
Right.
But I mean, if all you have is half an hour, then all you have is half an hour, but you do what you can in that half an hour.
Exactly.
You ask about their day, you have dinner or breakfast together, whatever it is, right? It's very, very important. Some days you're going to have to say, hey, mom and dad, hey, buds, I'm going to have to go this whole week without, I got to focus.
Right.
I got to study. I got to focus on this exam. I got to focus on this upcoming work presentation. I got lots and lots coming up to do. I got to do this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
no, I'm
sure.
dead serious.
Yeah.
But if they respect your work, they're gonna. If you're really a good family, they're gonna say, hey, that's okay, son. Go ahead, go right ahead. But and you just gotta pay them back.
True.
And what they want out of you is not to spend time with them. You see them all the time.
Yeah.
What they want out of you is to work. Like, I didn't realize that till last year. It's like always trying to. My dad's, oh, why aren't you ever home? Why aren't you ever this? Why aren't you ever that? And then he started the conversation like that, and it ended like this. Actually, it ended. You know what, son? Just do your thing. We'd be more happy if you did this than spend time.
They're looking for you to have your happiness
Exactly.
rather than even
They're
if
not
it doesn't.
selfish.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Right.
They'd love to spend time, but they'd rather see you do well, right? Unless you're like putting a party over them, that's different.
Yeah.
Right? But then if you're putting, if you got work to do, and then you have a lot of stuff due in the next 4 or 5 days, you gotta focus on work.
True.
You love your family. They should love you enough to let you focus, and you should love yourself enough to let you focus. And you should love them enough to say, hey, I gotta focus so that I can, in some situations, in some families, provide for you. In some situations, in some families, maybe help them succeed, help motivate them by seeing you work so much, right?
Yeah.
But they won't see it until you succeed.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like going back to I think that love for your family, it coincides with the love that you put into coaching, right? Like what team are you coaching now?
I coach at Stevenson London.
Stevenson London, right?
The grade 8 boys.
Right. Oh, how are
I'm gonna
they?
stick with the grade 8 boys.
How are they?
How are they? How so? Skill wise or what?
All around.
All around.
All
Okay.
around.
I evaluate on 3 things. Okay, athleticism, skill work, and character. And they range from number 1 is character, number 2 is skill work, number 3 is athleticism. I could care less about how athletic or skilled you are.
Right.
It's like your family. A true family could care less about how skilled you are and athletic at something. If your character's right, you can always build the skills, and if your character is right, you can always build the athleticism. But if you're an athlete and if you got a lot of skills but your character ain't right, you've hit a roadblock that's very hard to overcome. And if it can be done overnight, character can be done overnight, but if there's no coach or mentor there to, be on you when you're young, unless you're that strong and you can take care of yourself, there's no coach and mentor on you every now and then, you might find yourself going the wrong direction.
Yeah, because like some people, they just need like a serious change of attitude, especially like when playing on that.
But you see, what happens is usually it's the families that don't spend time with their kid, okay, or they spend a lot of time with them but they spoil them, or it's the kid's parents that come up to me after the game and said, why didn't Johnny get 5 minutes of playing time, and why did Seth get 20? That's the kid's parents who are doing a poor job at parenting. Parenting is not, oh, I'm a better parent than you because I do this, or I take them to Playland, or I take them to do this. That's not better parenting. Better parenting is disciplining your kid. Better parenting is teaching him to go in the right direction and to chase after what he wants. And then let him fall through the mistakes. He has to fall through his own mistakes, but if he, if somewhere along the line he needs you and he comes up to you, you better be there. Be there to support him, but don't hold his hand.
True.
Yeah.
I think for me, because I've never put myself on I never tried out for a basketball team unless the only time that I did was in grade 7 back in Ferris.
Hey, I mean, I know everyone tries out for something different. I mean, for me it's basketball and real estate, and I work that all my life right now, and I will for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But for you, it could be other things. Like for you, what is it, for instance?
Shoot, I don't even know. Still, I'm still trying to look for that.
But you see, hey, I know, but like, at some point, you're gonna try out for a job, or you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. You're not gonna get it, and that's okay, because you're gonna learn more from that than you are from.
Of course.
Just getting in.
Like
easily.
what I learned from like that grade 7 year in like basketball, I was definitely benched a lot.
Yeah.
I was the fat kid back in grade 7, still am. But like I think I only got like a minute of playtime, but I feel like going to basketball practices, I really wish that, like looking back on it, like I wish I could have tried more. And I wish, looking back at high school, I wish that I could have tried out for sports or something like that, man. Because, like, having the epiphany, like, in my 20s, like I should be doing more stuff to be active, it kind of sucks, because I want...
It's a habit.
Yeah.
Working out and getting it in good shape is a habit.
You gotta start young,
Yeah.
basically. But I didn't get that.
You gotta look. Okay, you got it. You gotta start young. It's better to start young.
Yeah, it's better.
But it's not impossible to start right now.
Yeah. So like starting as early as you can, basically. Yeah. So
you develop like good habits early.
Yeah. And the best thing to do is to be consistent as well, right? Yeah.
It's very true.
Like
very true.
Yeah. Another thing that I also want to ask you was aiming for success.
Right.
You're working as a realtor. What do you wish to
accomplish?
What do you wish to accomplish? What is your definition of success in those kind of terms?
My definition of success is
like it doesn't even have to be like just work, right? It like in all aspects of your life, like, or if you want to go into one.
For some people, it's create the life they want. For some people, it's make this amount of money. For some people, it's get this car. They have the car on their mirror in their bedroom and they look at it every single day. Some people, it's the dollar sign. Some people, it's to retire early, right? For me, it's because I love the work. I'm gonna make the money, or if I don't make the money, I'm gonna love the work.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep doing it because I love the work.
Yeah, you're not gonna like do some crappy job for
No,
like
I'm
a
not
lot of money.
I'm not gonna let's say I have 10 clients. I'm not gonna like let 6 of them have a good time, and then let's say I'm dealing with 10 at a time. Let's say I'm dealing with 10 clients at a time. I'm not gonna let 6 of them suffer and then 4 of them have a good time. No, everybody's having a good time.
All right.
If I'm not able to be at every single meeting, I'm gonna hire someone out of my own pocket to do a good job at another meeting, and he better do a damn good job, because this is something I love to do. This is something I will hopefully never stop doing. Okay? And my aim, like you said, my definition of success, look, it's improvement every single day. And before I put my bed, like, I hate it. I hate it when I'm about to go to sleep and I have something in my head. And
oh yeah.
And I need to get it done before I sleep.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like, oh, I forgot to do this, or oh, new idea. I'm going to write it down right now. Right now. I write it down, I get it done. I don't like that thought where you're of an unproductive day. That's the worst feeling. I'm sure all of you have that feeling. Not now, but you'll have it later maybe. All of you have that feeling of an unproductive day before you go to bed. I hate that feeling, and I've had that feeling for too long. When I was 19, 20, actually 18 and 19 years old, 20 years old, 18 and 20, I was doing HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning.
Yeah.
And I was doing electrician stuff, and I was doing welding here and there, and I paid a lot of money. Everyone was like, "Yo, he's gonna make a lot of money. He's gonna make a lot of money. It's high, they need a lot of people for trades, blah blah blah."
So
yes,
then ultimately,
it does make a lot of
like,
money.
what did you get out of that?
Nothing. I got nothing out of it because I hated it. I hated it. I absolutely hated it.
What parts about it did you?
I just hated it. It's so boring. It's just so boring to me. You make money, but it's not, to me, it's boring. But you know what? I did get something out of it. You're right. I did get something out of it. I got that. Look, this is not me. You know what's me? Me is interacting with people. Me is developing the upcoming society. Me is helping you find the best home you possibly can find at what you can afford. And no exceptions, no excuses. No excuses.
Yeah.
It's me and my work ethic, and that's gonna win. I'm not gonna be buddy with you. I'm gonna tell you the flat out truth, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you this and this and this just to sell you this house so I can get you over with, so I can move on to the next client. No, I don't care. I don't mind spending a few months with you to finding the best home you possibly can find. I really don't.
Yeah. It's a good mentality to have. You don't really see a lot of that nowadays, right?
You don't, because it's money, and it's a hot market.
Right.
Wait till the market slows down, and it will. It will, because now the mortgage. What's happening in the industry? You heard what happened the other day? They have to do it over. Now you have to overcome a stress test.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody has to undergo a stress test now, which means your borrowing capacity now. Let's say you can afford. Let's say right now you lock in on a mortgage.
Yeah.
You get an accepted offer before January 1st, 2018. Yeah. You could probably borrow your $800,000 or however much the bank lets you, right? But if you don't get one until after January 1st, that 800 turns into 640. a decrease of borrowing capacity of 20%. So on a $500,000, if you're able to afford a $500,000 home now, you won't be able to afford a $500,000 home later. You'll be able to afford $400,000 home by January 1st.
I see. Yeah. So if anyone's out there looking for a house, you know who to contact.
I'm your guy, fellas. Oh, I'm just messing around. But no, I'm being flat out.
Yeah.
I would love to deal with you guys. I would love to help you guys out, and in any situation, it doesn't have to be real estate.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. It can be. Sorry, it doesn't have to be buying or selling a home. It can be any type of information.
Anything. Yeah.
Just free. I don't care. I'll give as much free information as I possibly can. Right? And it's not just for me. It's for you guys to trust me in what I'm saying.
I know you like sharing, man. Yeah, you like sharing your information.
And even if I don't know something, if I don't know something,
you'll learn it.
I'll learn it. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna say no, I don't know, but I'll find out in the next day.
Yeah.
And then I'll give you an answer.
Yeah.
It depends how fast I can find the answer.
Yeah.
But I will find the answer because there's always someone out there in the world that knows the answer.
Yeah. It's not like you should either know everything or know nothing, right? Like because what I've learned is that if you don't know it, if you don't know about a certain topic, you go out and learn it, and then you teach it, because
absolutely
right, yeah, because in your kind of in like what you were talking about, to learn about something and then teach someone else, like
it's gold.
Yeah. It's gold.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. What else do you have like going on in your life right now? So
besides real estate?
Yeah, besides real estate, I think.
Besides coaching basketball?
Is there something else going on? Wait. You moved into a new house? Was that? Or was no? That was I just saw it on your IG story. I thought it was yours. Was that yours?
Oh no. That was we're selling that in the beginning of January.
It's a nice place.
It is a nice place. It's actually Concord South. Concord South Estates, just right here across the street.
Yeah.
Just about say a 20-minute walk.
Right.
Yeah. No, we're not moving in there. We actually that's client's property that they purchased pre-sale back a couple years, and they want to sell it through me in January. That's yeah.
So you are planning to like move out soon, like get your own place?
I'm planning to get my own place later, but not this place. I'm planning to sell this place.
I see.
Planning to sell it. I'm the realtor for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go sell it. I'm gonna sell it for my client, but I'm not gonna move in or nothing.
But you personally, you have plans on moving out soon, right?
You know what? I've always had plans of moving out, but I don't feel like I should. I feel like I should stay with my family until marriage. That's how I feel. That's really truly how I feel. It's always good to get out though. So after high school, I did get out at 17, 18, I think.
Right.
I left. I went to Kelowna.
Yeah, Kelowna.
Right? I went to Kelowna. I went to Penticton. I lived there for about 7-8 months, but really, truly, one of the best experiences. You should always try and get out of the house. It makes you. It forces you to do your own, work.
Of course.
Right. But you really truly have to be disciplined, or else you come in and then you move in and then you see laundry on the floor. At the end of the day, you're gonna see all this laundry on the floor, unwashed dishes, blah 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 blah, and then you don't want to do that.
Right.
You want to be highly disciplined before you move in.
Yeah, exactly.
And
for me, I don't think I've undergone that test of responsibility, because I've been living like here with my parents like forever, and usually when I can't get my own stuff done, they do it for me, right? But because I'm always out of the house, work and school, and then sometimes I get home, I just go straight to bed, and I feel like I know I really should be doing something around the house. Definitely cleaning up. You've seen this place; it's a mess. But
I just walked up the stairs. I didn't see nothing.
But
I'm sure you know more about your house than I do.
Of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only time that I ever feel that responsibility is whenever like my parents like go out of town, of course, and I'm without them for like probably a weekend or a week at a time. Right now, my parents are actually leaving for the Philippines over in the next week. My dad just went because my uncle died, so he's.
I'm sorry to hear.
Oh yeah, no worries.
When did that happen?
Last week, or a bit over a week ago.
You have work here and stuff. You can't.
Yeah, I couldn't take off work. Well,
I'm very sorry.
It was more of like I chose not to take off work, because for me I didn't know my uncle personally, so but I get that it would be
I understand.
a good time.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, but my dad's left, and my mom's leaving on Tuesday, so anyways, like I'm gonna be like basically living by myself, but my aunt is still here with me, so it's not like I have the house to myself. Also, my brother's still here. Keep forgetting about my brother because he's practically married. He has a child, and he lives here with us. And I think for me, I just feel like I really need to be tested in that kind of capacity, where like all that I have to be responsible for myself,
right?
And like all my dirty dishes and all my dirty clothes, But yeah.
But you know what, Paul? Like it just takes overnight. It really is overnight. I mean, these little things are just overnight. It's not hard to. It's really not hard to change these things. You just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Like it's the same with anything. If you want to learn something, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like everything. Everything in the past year. All like these hobbies
that's
that I've been
90%
trying
of
to
us.
take up. It's like I took it up on a whim.
What do you mean on a whim?
Like, I was just like, I feel like I want to do this, and then I go ahead and do it. I'm kind of
that's good then.
Spontaneous in that kind of sense, where if I want to do something, I'll do it. I've had too many times where I overthink the situation and go into like it's not gonna work out if I try this, because like this podcast basically is more of a I thought it out like over a couple weeks, and I decided I really wanted to do it because for me I needed something to express my creativity in terms that work can't, because there's not a lot of stuff that I do at work. I sit in front of a computer for 8 hours and draw railings, but it's basically.
Hey, but hold it right there. Hold it.
Yeah.
So you said sit in front of a computer for 8 hours and draw railings. You didn't seem to say that with much excitement.
That's the basic of it.
Yeah.
But I actually really enjoy working with my coworkers and my bosses. Especially seeing a project get done. Seeing like my work downtown Vancouver.
That's right.
Right. That's.
With a smile on your face.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So you have totally the right mindset after it finishes, but you should have the right mindset when you get back home every day.
Exactly.
So when you get back home every day, the right mindset is we've accomplished something, and now we're gonna see Paul's work after we get this done. Just put it in your head like that.
I think right now it's just like
I think it's just
it's
that
the stress.
Yeah,
it's
it is a stress.
Yeah.
It actually is, and it gets to you.
Yeah.
It gets to everybody.
It does.
And especially actually a lot of realtors too. A lot of realtors, a lot of people who sit in offices all day, it gets to them.
Right.
Because they don't think that they're accomplishing something.
Yeah.
But they really
it's
are.
a grind. It's a grind.
It's a grind, but once you see the finished product, you really stop doubting yourself. You see the finished product, and you're like, that was me.
Yeah. That
part of the process was me.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a athlete who you know how you, let's say an athlete is gonna go play Major League Baseball, right? There's so many coaches and staff and players and people involved in this process. You can't say that you're the coach that did this to him and helped him do this and got him to this level. You were a part of the process. So the same with you. You were a part of the process.
Yeah.
And you should be happy that you were a part of the process. And you come home and you say, I was a part of this process.
Yeah.
And this is my design. And then just
because
positive about it.
It was funny because I was freaking out.
It's hard to be positive about it.
Because I had a friend that posted on Instagram, and in the background you could see what it was Rogers Arena, the south tower, like the residential tower. I could see it in the background of her picture, and I'm like, I was freaking out because that was the building that I was working on.
That's the building you're working on.
It was like, man, that's sick because it looks pretty sick. The tower itself, but knowing that I had a
part of it.
Yeah, I had a
part of the process. Yeah. Look, if you were a part of the process and you know you did a good job, and it's always a memory. It's always a good memory to say.
It always is.
It always is. And
I always want to make time for if I finish a project, I want to go out to see it in person. Like they could send us pictures of the finished project, but I also want to go see it out in person because it's something that I worked on, and hopefully it looks good, right? And I just want that personal feeling of satisfaction of completing something and being part of completing something, right?
Right.
Yeah. There's
You're a good man, Paul. You're a good man, but you gotta be positive about positive.
Of course.
It's hard. It's
hard.
hard because you stressing. You're coming home every night. You're working hard, and you don't have much positive in your head.
Right.
But then,
but you just gotta have that mindset.
Have the mindset that just like when you wake up in the morning, just like when you're working on a tough project. Be thankful it's a tough project, so that later on you know how to deal with another project, this project, and that type of project. Or if you don't know how to deal with it, even better.
Yeah.
Right. Every tough project that comes your way is a blessing, and not oh damn, oh this, oh that, oh I keep complaining. You might do a good job, but if you keep complaining, you're just gonna hate your job. Yeah. Right.
There's no such thing as a struggle. That's what you taught me.
Did I say that?
Yeah. There's no the word struggle doesn't exist. It's process.
It really doesn't. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Struggle does not exist.
Yeah.
Struggle does not. Did I say that?
Yeah, you told me that. It was. I think it was the night after the barbecue, or the night of.
Of the barbecue. That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe I forgot. I completely forgot.
Nah, no worries, man.
But it is. It's
absolutely true.
There's no such thing as a struggle. You call it, if you switch up the word struggle for process.
Yeah.
Yeah. How.
That's how I've been thinking. Ever since that night, I was there's not much of a struggle. If I really analyze my situation, it's not a struggle. It's just something that I'd have to go through in order to do something.
To get to the next level.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I guess it took me a while to realize that, but now that I realize it, I'm better off with it. I always want to be improving my life, right? Yeah, like you, man, because like you coming from like working in HVAC and realizing that you hate it,
Oh, I hated it.
Yeah.
And okay, here's the reason I hated it. Do you want to know the reason why I hated it?
Okay, what?
There's 2 reasons why I hated it. The main reason is the second one. The first reason is this, the skills you need and the work that you gotta do.
You didn't go to school for it, did you? Did you go to
trades,
school?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
7, 8 months,
just a bit.
I think.
Okay.
7, 8 months, yeah. It's not hard work, and it can be done. It just requires a lot of solving. You're solving a problem every day, and it's something new every day.
Right.
That's what I like about it. But the one thing, not number one. There's 2 things, and the first thing is the work. Yes, it does change every day. Yes, you have this scenario and that scenario, but I couldn't imagine myself. I couldn't have a vision. Like when I was in high school, I had a vision of playing basketball. I had a vision, even though I wasn't that good at it. I had a vision about it. So
like what, NBA?
No, I didn't have the. Alright, so okay, every kid has a vision of the NBA. It's really funny, but you don't talk about it until you're done high school.
Yeah.
Because you're really embarrassed to talk about it. It's true. It is true.
Is that true? Well, I wasn't a basketball kid.
It is true. It is true, but it's true. It's very, very true. A lot of kids think they can make it high level when they're young, because when you're a kid, you don't think about your limits.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
When I was on the playground in elementary school, I was jumping from monkey bar to monkey bar. Like I was skipping 4 or 5 months. No one could tell me you can't do that. Oh, I can. Give me a couple days and I can. Right? No one could tell me I couldn't do a front flip. I tried like 20 times.
Unless you're a neurotic kid like me, I was scared of the monkey bars. I fell off those one too many times. It was like that's how I got like
the monkey bars.
These scars and all that stuff.
Oh my goodness, Paul.
I think I just stopped. Like I was like I'm gonna avoid the playground altogether.
Okay, take away. Here's the thing.
Anyways, yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I take away the monkey bars.
Yeah.
Take art, for example, drawing,
true,
sketching, whatever else.
Yeah.
What were we talking about again before that? Beforehand.
Like about my work? Was it drafting?
No, before this. Before I was saying about we're talking about the
basketball.
Basketball. Before the basketball, there was something.
Rick, I forgot.
Don't sweat it.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't worry about it. But that's no. Don't kill it.
Yeah.
Don't kill it.
Yeah. You really gotta realize that before you grow up, and it's too late to. I don't think it's ever too late to do something about it.
It's never. See, in HVAC, what happened was. Oh, here's the thing. Here's where.
Okay. That's where we were.
Here's where we were. So. Now when we watch this all over again or listen to this all over again, it'll make sense. Number one is the skills required. Okay, it's an everyday job. Yeah, it's a different job every day. It's a different job every day. But you're literally screwing bolts and putting a compressor back there, and you're going to the HVAC store and you're welding this thing for like. This pipe for like 4 or 5 hours of your day, and then you take a break and you come back and you weld a different pipe. Like,
right.
I couldn't imagine myself doing that. It makes money if you do a good job, but I couldn't imagine myself doing it. It's just, and people were like, "Oh, did you leave because of the health risks and stuff?" Like, no, I didn't leave because of health risk. I don't care about health. Like, I do care about health, but I didn't leave because of that. I left because it was boring. It's just boring. It's not exciting to me. It's not exciting. I get home and I don't feel like anything's ever been accomplished.
I think I read this quote. I don't know who it's by, but a salary is a bribe that they give you to give up on your dream.
It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 120% yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, that struck me really hard.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
You know, you gotta like stop thinking about the money and thinking about like what you really want to pursue.
Right.
Right. Like, yeah, basically full circle. We just went back. You know, it really is like more fulfilling that way if you do what you love, and then the bonus is the money that you get out of it. You know?
It's not even the bonus. It's gonna happen one way or the other. You're gonna make money off it, but it's not gonna come now.
Yeah.
It's just not. Like, you think Floyd Mayweather made money from 8 years old till 20 or whenever he started his career?
Yeah.
No. Right? You think, and not that he has to make money at that age. Do you think J.K. Rowling made money for writing on her spare time?
Yeah.
No. But she made money for it later because people saw potential.
Yeah.
Do you think Rocky, who plays Rocky, Sylvester Stallone,
Yeah.
do you think anybody cared about this guy until he's, later on?
Yeah. Yeah, like, people don't get to see like the process of like
of a champion.
Of a champion. Yeah, famous people.
Not necessarily famous.
Yeah, not necessarily, but
successful in their terms.
Yeah, in their own terms.
Yeah.
Because everybody's definition of success is different.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you see, like, back to the topic. Number one is the work, right? Work being done.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I left that place. I left that whole industry. Look, I'm not saying it's like this everywhere, and it's not. Absolutely, it's not. And you guys could say the same thing about cops in America, or realtors in Vancouver or New York. You know what I mean? Realtors lie, and then cops in America are bad, but HVAC people are, trying to skim you for more money, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can say it anywhere, but that's how I felt around the environment there.
I see.
This is how I felt.
You guys were like working on contract or?
Yes, so not me. I was helping out. I was the younger guy.
Right,
I was just duct taping the area, or I was introducing myself to other people who need this service, and then I give the boss the number and stuff, or make the calls, right? But I'd go to this house, okay? Thank you, Paul. I'd go to this house, okay? This is not the first time, but this is the first time it happened was the worst, okay? Me and 4 other employees, okay? We walk into this one house. Sorry, not employees, business. They own their own business.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just following them around because I'm the guy that's getting trained, right? Basically, in their eyes. There's this old lady sitting inside. Her daughter made the call, right? And said, hey, like, our fridge needs fixing. Come fix it up. And then this and that and that. All it needed was you weld, like, one little thing together. Mm-hmm. You know what? I completely forgot what it was. I don't work in that industry anymore. Right. I don't really care about it anymore. But all it needed was that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what they did? They replaced the whole damn thing. Okay? And look, I don't blame them. Sure, replace the thing because you're scared that maybe you don't know how to do this welding job, or maybe you might, there's more risk to welding it than replacing it, right? Sure. They replaced it. Then they took the old lady's signature and said, hey ma'am, this needs fixing. Another thing here needs fixing. Another thing here needs fixing. And they'll just get her signature. And she's like 87, 89 years old.
Right.
How in the world does she know what's going on?
That's disgusting, man.
Right? How in the world? She's just a nice old lady sitting in her home, doesn't know what's going on. Her daughter called, and then these guys are just saying, hey, sign this, sign this, sign this. And the bill was supposed to be just replacing the, I think, compressor or something. 500, whatever. I don't know how much dollars it was. They ended up paying $4,000.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
And over time, like they'll come back, oh, this needs fixing. Oh, they come back, and they won't say it all at one time. They'll say it, they'll go back and forth, then say it again, and then they'll go back and forth, and then say it here. That really ticked me off. And it wasn't just like that there. I worked up north. I hated working up north. The environment you're surrounded by is people who make $15,000, $20,000 a month maybe, or $8,000, $9,000 a month, and then what happens? What happens? What do? They spend it on this, they spend it on that. You know what I mean by this and that?
Yeah.
They spend it on the alcohol, they spend it on this, they spend it on a night out.
Right.
With who, I don't know who. They spend it on beer.
Right.
The stupidest thing. Oh, they just go out to dinner with it.
Yeah.
And they'll go out for $100 steak every day. Or they'll buy a lot of, they'll smoke a lot of stuff with it. And I just don't agree with that lifestyle. I mean, yeah, you make a lot of money. Yeah, you'll come back and you'll provide for your family and all that stuff. But it's just so dull.
Yeah. It's a lot of like sleazy work out there, right?
It's not sleazy, it's the environment, the people you're surrounded by, swearing here and there.
Oh yeah.
This boss hires this person because for some weird reason they are somehow connected, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Or this guy gets higher pay because I don't believe in that stuff. I really don't. I'm all about fair equality and
like get paid for the work that you do.
Get paid for the work that you do, and not sit around and do nothing and get paid.
Exactly.
I'm all about work. You do the work, you get paid.
Yeah.
You show me what you got, you get paid. A lot of photographers out there right now charge per hour.
Per hour?
A lot of
that's
look, there are
that sounds so stupid to me.
There are
yeah.
And I understand their reasoning because maybe they've been used kind of too many times, right? And they don't feel there's much loyalty. I understand their reasoning, but if you want to be a respected photographer, you better do a lot of work for free to get paid somehow later on.
Yeah.
If you really take your job seriously.
It's about the end product, especially
end product.
In photography.
A lot of people.
If they're
and you know who we are. You know who you are. I'm talking to you right now. All of you photographers out there who get paid by the hour, all of you people who charge by the hour instead of by the end result, you guys have lost your mind. You guys aren't going to make it far in that industry. You probably don't love that industry enough to be doing it for that.
Powerful words.
I've dealt with so many guys in real estate, website guys, video guys, photographers, guys that work on commission when I go buy clothes, right? They just want to sell you the damn thing.
Right.
They don't care about their job. They don't care about providing a service. Service, man. Service is where it is at. That's how you win.
Yeah.
You might have so many unloyal clients. You might, right? You might.
Right.
But that's the beginning. That's the beginning because, I mean, look, if they're not gonna give you a chance to improve, like let's say you take a good photo but then needs fixing here and there, and they're not gonna give you a chance to do like a day or two, not a week or two, obviously. Then you move on. But then if they're not going to give you a day or two just to fix it up, what happens? They're the unloyal client. You shouldn't even want them there.
Right. I think service it just applies to everything. Because
client,
earlier today, I was grabbing like a prescription medication, and
right.
I'm insured, and but they just don't know, because usually I'd have a card, but I don't have the card, and I think the pharmacist there that was you know just trying to get my insurance information.
Right.
She was so much more helpful than the one at this other place where I was like, I have insurance. Do you think my insurance would cover it? I don't know exactly, but could you help me find this out? But she was you're supposed to have this stuff already. I can't help you out with this stuff. But then earlier today, the pharmacist was so helpful. I lent her my phone because I have the app for my insurance, and she was just trying to look through it, doing all that she possibly can.
A good human being.
Right. Yeah. She was doing a good job, not just as a pharmacist, but as a person helping another person out, right?
Sometimes you're gonna find people who don't know the answer.
Yeah.
But they'll find the answer.
Yeah.
And if they don't find the answer, their coworker might have the answer. Or they'll be friendly enough to say, hey, we don't know the answer.
Yeah.
But please check in this area. They'll find, they'll Google search it for you.
They even gave me a solution. It was we couldn't find it. You could always just do a claim, do that, right?
They give you options.
Yeah.
They care about you.
Exactly.
They care. Number one marketing tool is to care. I don't know where I saw that. I saw that somewhere a couple of days ago.
That's good. It's good.
Number one, I don't know where I saw it. I truly don't know where I saw it somewhere. It was on a bill. I don't know where it was. It was somewhere downtown. I was walking around. Number one marketing tool, care. 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 Yeah.
Care. But yeah.
No, I have the prime example. I was just at the gym. It's 10:27 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 10:30. You're not allowed to rent out equipment.
Right.
It's 10:27. The guy's like, you're not renting it out. I said, what? What? Why? What's going on? Is something happening? Guess what he told me? He said, no, man, I just don't want to walk around and come back and get this equipment off you. He said, you're not going to have to walk around. I've known this guy 4 or 5 years at the Oval.
Yeah.
At the Richmond Olympic Oval. And he's telling us we can't borrow equipment. 2 weeks ago. It's 10:15, 10:20, around there. He's like, you can't, not the same guy. He said, we can't have you, no more borrowing equipment.
Yeah.
You get paid till 11:30. Oval closes at 11. Don't tell me you want to leave at 10:45.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't like your job.
Yeah.
Did you know that if you don't like your job, you could quit? You know that?
Yeah.
Did you know that? Yeah. So
get a better job.
Get a job you like. If you want to leave early.
Yeah.
There is someone ready to take your position. Someone younger and hungrier in grade 12 or 18, 19, 20-year-old who wants your job at the Richmond Olympic Oval or at the pharmacy or somewhere, right? So there's someone out there that wants your job and is a good person. Why are you taking their spot?
Right.
Why are you being a horrible human being? Why are you taking their spot?
You're right, man.
Why are you taking their spot? Just because you're skilled? Skill can be developed. Character can be developed, but doesn't look like your character's developing.
Yeah.
Character can, and then once your character's right, you can develop.
Yeah.
You can so develop. And not only develop, the people around you will develop, and you'll love the people around you, and you'll go to work happy, and you'll leave work happy, and you might be pissed off here and there, right? But when things happen, bad things happen, you take them as an opportunity. You take them as they are, and not frowning and the world's a horrible place. You heard about Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
You heard about
Tragic.
Vegas. Tragic. But the worst thing you could do is, the world's a horrible place. This is here, this and this. This is how many times now in the States, gun laws, blah 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 blah. The world's not a horrible place. Did you know that the world's a better place now than it was before?
Yeah.
The reason why people think it's a horrible place is because the population is increasing. Do you think that every time the population increases, there's gonna be like one less good person? Sorry. Do you think every time the population increases, there's gonna be like no bad people every time they're born?
Right. Of course, like
And
good
even
people
after
and
born,
bad people.
even later on, like let's say there's 10 people, 7 of them are good, 1 of them is probably out of their mind, the other one is not a good human being, and then the other one develops to be not a good human being later on.
Yeah.
So you can't. There's so many people in the world. You can't. And there's the ratio is higher in being born than death, right? People being born, it's a higher ratio. If you're born, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so if
like,
it's a higher ratio,
overpopulation is like something plaguing the earth right now. But
there you go. But that's the issue is not the world's a horrible place, this sickening world, the news, blah 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 blah. The world's not a horrible place. Look around you. Is there anything bad happening around you? No. Maybe, but are you gonna sit there and cry about it, or are you gonna find a solution to it?
right.
Are you gonna sit there and cry about it, or you like I saw a video the other day. The guy was saying, are you gonna watch this guy kill 50 people, or are you gonna watch this guy just kill 50 people and things just go downhill from there, or are you gonna say he just killed 50 people, now we're gonna inspire 50 people?
Right.
I saw that from a video the other day. You should just think positive.
Absolutely.
Think positive. The worst thing you could do is say the world's a horrible place and this and this and this and keep complaining, and then obviously when you keep complaining it spreads. Negativity spreads and positive spreads. Make sure you're the one doing the positive.
Right. Exactly.
And the more the positive spreads, it starts with one person. Me and you, now. And then tomorrow it's you, your whole family. The next day it's my family.
Yeah.
The next day it's their family. The next day it's my mom's side. The next day it spreads, man. But negativity also spreads. That's the horrible part.
That's the worst part, man.
Positivity
There's just
is
so much negativity in the world today. It's really like very unbearable. So that's where people like you step in and spread that positivity.
But positivity is thinking solutions.
Solutions.
If you always think about the problem,
Yeah.
you lose.
Yeah. Exactly what I was
Come
gonna say.
home, I had a bad day. What's wrong, honey? This guy did this. This guy did. Instead of talking about it to your whole family, why don't on the way back from work you think about a solution? Instead of talking about the problem you had at work, why don't you on the way back not talk about it, think about a solution, and then I say to your family, if you want to talk about it with your family personally, like something you had at work, you talk to them. You say, hey, like, what do you think of this solution? Maybe I want to do this because maybe I want.
And if it's a solution that doesn't, positively impact the workplace, you probably shouldn't follow through with it.
Exactly. Solutions. You don't get anywhere thinking about the problem.
Yeah.
You don't get anywhere. Oh, my coach yelled at me yesterday. What are you gonna do about it? Did he yell at you with a purpose, or did he yell at you just to yell at you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like some people don't understand that, the definition of tough love, right?
Right.
Like they're yelling at you to hopefully inspire you to become a better person. They're not yelling at you because you're doing a crap job.
There's a difference though. Because there's two types of yelling. There's someone yelling, constructively.
Yeah.
Right. And there's someone yelling where it's like, he's talking negative yelling. It's more like, what in the hell are you doing? Blah 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 blah. And he's, swearing and talking about how you ruined his life. There's that type of person.
I see.
And then you shouldn't even be around here, blah blah. But the
basically like putting them down without, you know,
without explanation.
Yeah.
Solutions. Think solutions and you win.
Absolutely. Man, that's an hour.
On the dot?
An hour and 5 actually.
Hour and 5.
I think
awesome.
that's a good note to end it off on. You know, think positive.
That didn't even feel like an hour.
Think solutions, man.
Right?
No, it did not. We didn't even take a break. I usually take a break with.
Really?
Yeah, with the guests at like half an hour. But yeah, that's a good thing. And anyways.
But you're beautiful. You know, I'm just kidding. But you're an awesome guy, man. Honestly, you're one of the best guys I've ever had conversation with.
Right.
No, seriously.
Oh.
Every time I go out.
Thank you.
No, dead serious with Paul. Every time I go out with a few friends, I mean, yeah, we have a good time. Yeah, we do this and that. But every time I'm at the office, same thing. You know, I love my office. I love my work.
Right.
I love my coaching. But in terms of deep conversation, you're the man.
Ah, thank you.
You are the man.
I'm just trying to make up for what I didn't have in high school or like the rest of my life, you know?
Down to earth. Down to earth. That's what Paul's all about.
Of course. Anyways, anything else you got going on in your life? Anything you want to promote or... Wait, you have a website, right? Or no, not yet?
I don't have a website, and I talked about it earlier. No. I actually did have a website before. I made it myself, and I decided I'd take it off. Right. I want to start a whole new marketing campaign and everything. Everything's going to change in my real estate career right now in terms of marketing. In a couple months, I will have everything ready. If so, my website is www.sylvain, SylvainIstifan .com.
Yeah. All right.
SylvainIstifan.com. But look, I mean, visit my website or not, I could care less.
Right.
I really could care less.
Yeah.
It's not about that. Yeah, I'd love to do business with you. Yeah, I'd love to do business with everyone around you, right? Around the city. I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that everybody looks up to. But it's not about that.
It's not about.
It's not about that. It's about being. It's not about putting your face out there.
Right.
It's about being the guy that people can say, hey, like, he's respected.
Yeah.
He is respected.
You definitely are respected.
And he did good. And even if he did wrong, he apologized right away. He didn't wait 10 years for it. He didn't hide it. He didn't try and... if he made a mistake, he's going to come up to you and say, I made a mistake. And then even if he's hated on for it, or people don't like him for it, that mistake he made, well, so be it. Because he apologized for it. The only time a mistake is not excused is if it was, purpose.
Right.
On purpose. Accidental is different, but you gotta have morals.
Right.
You gotta have morals. Morals, that's the name of the game. Morals. Yeah. Some people might not do business. There's so many times in the beginning of my career where people didn't do business with me because I made this one mistake in the beginning, and it was the smallest mistake of not following up with a buyer. Right? And that one buyer told the whole family of his family. And look, that's totally fine. My mistake that I forgot to follow up. And all it is one follow-up call where I told him I'd call him at this time, but I didn't.
Right.
And
process.
Process, but look, it's unexcusable for me. No, for me, it's no excuse. That's absolutely my fault.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely admitting when you're at fault.
But admitting, look, they may not do business with me again, but they have nothing to say against me. They have nothing to say. If they say something against me, it's a lie. Because they have nothing else to say against me. I apologized. I apologized, and I did what I could.
All right.
There's so many times where you can do the best job possible, right? And then you'll mess up like every 20 deals, you'll mess up like one little thing, and they may talk about it for years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you didn't mess up anything big. It was just like one little thing you didn't do,
Yeah.
right? Or one little thing you didn't write in the advertisement or something like that, and they'll just take you off their list. And then there's people who you make a mistake and they'll just, that's okay, move forward. So you do your best, you work hard, and then you move forward. And you always, always, always apologize. That way your respect is gained, but you always fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You fix the apology.
Solutions.
Always think solutions.
All right, man.
Time to wrap up?
Time to wrap up. Minute and 10. Anyways, thank you, Sylvain, for coming on today.
Thank you. I told you guys, Paul is the guy. Paul is the man. Paul is a beautiful human being.
Yeah, I'm flattered, man. I'm flattered. But yeah.
No. Right.
Again, thank you, Sylvain.
And
thank you to the listeners that listen to this hour-long podcast.
Yes, thank you all. 12:56 a.m.
Yeah, almost 1 a.m. here.
12:56 a.m.
But
At
we'll wrap
Paul's
up.
house. His room's green. My room's green.
Anyways, good night.
Have a good night, guys. Take care.
Yeah.